Okay, it's Sunday morning. It's my last morning in Longyearbyen. I'm just waiting for a taxi to pick me up, take me to the airport, and then I'll be back home today at 11. So Friday was the last day of training. We had a couple hours on snow scooters in the morning, and then we spent the rest of the day driving to the mountains and then doing some exercises in the mountains and then driving back. It was the first time I've ever driven a snow scooter, and I was expecting it to be a little bit like driving a motorbike, but it's completely different. It's like driving nothing I've ever driven before, because you drive a snow scooter at anything more than a walking pace, and if you're on a snow scooter track, they're usually quite uneven, and so you can really feel all the bumps and unevenness through your handlebars. So you're driving along and the snow scooter's like shaking and twisting and turning a lot. And then on top of that, because your steering is based on skis, which kind of don't have absolute traction, you really gotta put a little bit of effort into to get it to turn where you want. So it's quite an interesting experience. And so then once we got on site, we did 3 exercises. We set up an emergency camp. Again, pitching a tent. It was a really cold day. It was minus 18 degrees, and it was a little bit windy, so there was wind chill, and so pitching a tent is very difficult. But also trying to get a fire started in minus 18. The burners they have, or the camping stoves that they have, are petrol camping stoves, and even petrol does not really want to light at minus 18. So that was quite interesting. We rescued someone from a cliff. Again, lots of snow, cold, gets quite complicated. And then we had to save 2 people from an avalanche. So they buried some dummies and we had to dig them up. It was everything becomes surprisingly a lot more complicated. Then we once we'd done them, we drove back, and then we had a bit of a party at the university centre. And then Saturday I spent looking a little bit around Longyearbyen and just eating and relaxing with other people in the course. It was quite but it's been a very interesting week. It's really a lot of stuff that's really interesting, and like not just the course, but also seeing Longyearbyen and kind of how the locals live and what's going on. And Longyearbyen is obviously quite a unique place. Some few points from the week. So when I got here, there was really hardly any light during the day, but the difference in a week is huge. Like the amount of light we have now compared to a week ago, the difference is drastic. So when it starts to get light, it starts to get light very quickly, and I imagine in the autumn when it starts to get dark, it also then gets dark very quickly. So that's kind of been interesting to see. But also Longyearbyen, considering it's kind of remote and there's not that many people, there's quite a lot happening. So. For instance, sometime in June, they have a concert, and Patti Smith, of all people, is coming to perform in Longyearbyen. So it's kind of a weird place, you know. Longyearbyen is very interesting, and I'm kind of sad I'm leaving. I can't wait to come back in March. But I could also easily spend a semester or a couple of years doing postdoc living here. You know, it's for sure going out and I feel that I've just scratched the surface on exploring Svalbard. So I would anyone who's interested in outdoorsy activities, I would recommend visiting Svalbard and Longyearbyen, because it's kind of an incredible place. January is perhaps not the best time to do it. A little bit later in the season is probably better, but you should be prepared for the fact that it's not cheap. The problem with coming here as a tourist is that you can't go out and see the wildlife on your own, because you need you need transportation, if you leave the city area, you need to have a rifle with you, blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of difficult to explore Svalbard because it is so harsh, but definitely worth it. So yeah, thanks for watching these videos. I might do something similar when I'm here in March if I have the time, let's see. But yeah, this is going to be my last video for now, so thanks a lot. Bye.